welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to KBS 1, where we are streaming, well, Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. And I'm joined this evening by the co-leader and my good friend, Garmin of Cenium. Say hi, Garmin.
Hello, everyone.
And today we are going to have the continuation of what we did last time, where we went to Toaster Planet, the very, very important electric cathedral or some such thing called the Cenobium, and we rescued it from some edgy teenager slash demon worshipper thing who was called Aurora, as I recall. And it was kind of anticlimactic because we just had to kill a lot of electro priests, and then she kind of faltered and kind of went crazy.
He was like, I'll show you, wants to sabotage the display and electrocutes herself to death.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of like, what did you just do? You're a dumbass.
I appreciate the irony.
Yeah, that was amazing. All right, so now we are back here on the Rogue Trader ship, with the man himself, Archibald Winchesterton Balderham the Fourth and Second, and I'm now suddenly curious about my bookshelves because it just always seems like, shouldn't I be reading these? Like, maybe I'll learn something. Maybe that's heretical. I don't know. So I'm going to wander up to the bridge so that I can have a look, or we can have a look, I should say, about where to go next. Always well on the bridge, Lord Captain. The vessel stands ready. Very good. Very good. I'm very pleased about that. As it should be. So this is kind of celebratory today. This is why I also call the Cenobium celebrations for the stream, because, well, we did well. We won, and we're heroes.
The Omnissiah is pleased.
Very pleased.
His motive force will guide us to our next victory, for sure.
Oh, yeah. High Factotum Janice Danrock. Is that the... yeah, that's that guy. Right, let's go have a look at the map. Let's have a look at the Coronis Expanse map. The good comment there in stream chat comments. Very good. And also, by the way, I quickly forgot to mention, Crow will unfortunately not be joining us this evening. There's some celebratory thing in America land called Memorial Day. And so that's a whole thing.
Name.
Yeah.
No, that's understandable.
Yeah, it's all good.
We will manage.
We will.
I'm not sure what else I can do without my bird on my head, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, no, you don't have a brain now.
Yeah, indeed.
You don't have a brain. So let's see. Already explored. Quests. New blood. Talk to the...
we were gonna go to the governor and talk to the other Mechanicus guy with the reputation rewards.
Right. Oh, Julie has joined us in chat. Hi, Julia.
Hello.
Julie. Sorry, I don't want to call her Julie. Julie. Alexia. Let's go to the planet. I don't know. I'm sorry, Julie. I'm sorry. Suddenly my brain went, oh, Julia. Let's see now. We are going to go to the bunker here where we're going to talk to this governor. Governor, yes. Choose your party. We might as well bring everybody. We shall bring
invited to this party for sure.
Oh yeah. I shall now converse with this guy. I'm still impressed that there is a governor. Like, that's just seems counterintuitive what goes on most of the time. Let's see. Governor Medina. Greetings again, your lordship. What did he sound like? I completely forgot what he sounds like. Greetings again, your lordship. Governor Medina offers Heinrichs a somewhat strained smile. Master von Kallax, it pleases me to see you in good health. I hope that you accomplished, what you intended to at the electrodynamic Cenobium. Yeah, I did spell it right. Look at that.
Yeah.
The interrogator nods without saying a word.
And then they awkwardly just look at each other.
Yeah. Maybe they had a thing. I don't know.
Governors, are kind of pissing in their pants whenever the Inquisition shows up, so.
I mean, wouldn't you, to be fair? So.
The only real challenge to my rule, so yeah.
Let's see now. Governor Medina, after an uncomfortably long pause, clears his throat and quickly turns to you. I can't express how ungrateful I am for your help. Now that the insidious heretics' designs have been thwarted, nothing stands in the way of my plans or yours. With Aurora dead, the spirit of revolt is waning. Entire squads of rebels are surrendering. We're witnessing the final days of the uprising. I have already signed the order to allocate 2,000 first-class Voidfarers to you. Their transfers to your ship should begin any minute now.
Actually,
Oh, good. I would also like to salute the savior of Vykat Minoris, and I have already a festive celebration to be held in your honor. Oh, very good. We will celebrate your victory with an ancient custom, the Triumph. Very good, very well named. You will drive through the city street accompanied by a guard of honor, as befits a hero who has vanquished, I almost said that with W, vanquished, the Imperium's enemies, while your trophies will be displayed to the jubilant crowds. Let me know once you've concluded your business in this system and ready for the triumph to begin. Governor is positively ablaze with enthusiasm. Yeah, he's sort of bouncing a little bit. Well, I mean, we're hanging out. It's Saturday. He's also onto the Saturday vibes here, even though it's sort of a fourth wall breaking. All right.
Idera shrieks, and Blinder reaches for the air in front of her. She rubs her eyes nervously. Oh, for Grog's sake, what the... Lord Captain, I can't see a thing. Only darkness. Pitch black darkness.
Oh, that's not good. Hello, Krillzilla. Krillzilla has joined us in chat.
Hello.
The governor chuckles nervously and fidgets with his collar. Are you being facetious, ma'am? I like number 3. Pay no attention, governor. She's a little off her rocker.
Do that one.
Four is also pretty good. Which you'll abstain from your sorcery in front of the governor. Get yourself together, man.
Number 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Pay no attention, governor. She's a little off her rocker.
Lord Captain, this is serious. Take a Psyche's word for it. Darkness has never shrouded me like this before, but I have not gone blind. No, it is the darkness that I see. It is the only thing that I see. Man, it could go for like a God Girl impression or something.
You could. But I mean, it just seems like she's mincing words. Like, no, I can see. It's just I see darkness. It's like, so you can't see, is what you're saying. I know blindness doesn't mean darkness, but still.
I'm not big.
Still you.
No idea what that means. But the whole thing reeks, Lord Captain. I don't like the look of it in the Oh! Idara stares at her hands as if she's never seen it before. It's gone. Just like that.
It's just like that. She's pulling out a leg. She's like, this is not, yeah. Governor Medina breathes a sigh of relief. You have no doubt been through a lot lately, ma'am. Small wonder your vision had a dim spell with all this shooting everywhere, let alone all this maimed and maddened insurgents. It will be all right. The facility will distract you, and you will feel right as rain again. Well,
this governor has made a 180, man.
Yeah, I don't know. He seems a little suspicious the way he went about it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, I have other business in the system. Then I daren't delay you any further, your lordship. Yeah, exactly. Krillzilla says Governor sounds fishy. Yeah, absolutely he does.
So we're actually gonna get a victory parade hat. How awesome is that?
I've always wanted one, as is befitting what has always come to me. I definitely need a parade. I'm very deserving of a parade. The question is, how do I get it? What's the next step we have to take?
Talk to the guy next to us. Tech Priest Quartz Crane.
Uh-huh. Alright. Tech Priest Quartz Crane. Unit Quartz Crane requests permission to negotiate trade agreements. Are you open to a commercial transaction? Show me your arsenal. I accept the commercial transaction. Can we just sell him all our crap?
At least till we unlock tier 3 and 4, yeah.
There's nothing really... Oh, there's a bolt pistol here that's rather nice. That maybe I could use?
The stabilizing bracers are nice for our battle sister.
We're definitely having that. And we're taking the... I think I can use the bolt pistol.
That's a good bolt pistol. It's not that
I
much
know.
worse than my plasma pistol, actually.
What is it we need to do to advance our reputation here? I still think it's a weird concept, but never mind.
Yeah, we need to sell things to them, as what we did last time. And you go to the reputation tab for that.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's the one. Holy... Ah! Heretic trophies. Let's get rid of that. We don't want those. Wow, we can get 6,000 reputation. And shall we just go for that?
I mean, if we need that much.
Yeah, but why don't we?
I'm not sure. Well, I'm looking on the top left, and it says, you know, we need another 700 to be maxed out at 3,000.
Alright, let's see now. Not holy gifts. Get rid of the trophies. 700, you say? We're not selling ship components. No siree. Alright, now we have, now we're level 5. A metronome? Wait, so how does this work? If the wearer did not spend movement points during their turn, they gain +10 to all their characteristics next turn. So there's just this idiot standing around not moving while they are holding a thing next to their head going tick, 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 tick. Ah, yes, the rhythm. Yes, Krillzilla, you had to sell your crap to get better access. Indeed. Indeed. First aid manual. Oh, hey. That's a cool thing.
Needle ring.
Needle ring.
Virus, deadly viral toxin.
Maybe, what's his name can use that? Ryan, Heinrich? It's that guy. Oh, wait, we can use this for Argenta, because she doesn't move and just shoots. That's going to be awesome.
Sounds good. Then we have a heavy armor.
They say a little bit of humility never hurts anyone. I help others better themselves by wholeheartedly humiliating them at every step.
That was a great comment. I like that. Wow, I can't use this bolt pistol. Weapon proficiency. Wow. Okay.
I'm
Disappointing.
giving Pascal the arc rifle. See how that performs.
Hmm?
I'm giving Pascal the arc rifle we had, so we'll see how that performs.
Alright. I'm gonna take this virulent ring. And then give this to Argenta. Because she's not gonna move, and therefore do really well.
Shall I take Abelard under my wing?
Yes. Do you have control over him?
Not yet.
Let's see now. There you go.
Thank you, sir.
You should control Abelard.
That's not
Oh,
the Seneschal's job.
she was gonna have the gloves, as one does. Is that a plasma pistol? Yes, that is indeed a plasma pistol. She's gonna have a sword and a bolt gun. That's a backup weapon. That's gonna be good. And I am gonna have a modified last gun as my secondary setup. We have to distribute some healing kits as well.
Only Abelard can carry them, I believe, so.
No, Agenta can do it too. And throw grenades. Good.
Quite a bit of grenades. And I switched the gloves around, so Pascal has the bonus to tech use, and Adara has the bonus to dead shot with a sniper gun.
I gave the Mesoa pattern bolt pistol to Argenta as her sort of secondary. I was actually hoping my character could use it, but there is some proficiency that I do not have. So that will have to happen later. I still have to.
Mechazrilla, that's a plasma pistol.
I already said that.
Oh, sure.
That's all right. Let's see. Can I? Oh well, nothing more to say to that guy. Well, let's bugger off. I think. I don't think there's any more for us here.
Very well.
What ails you?
Sins
So
hidden
we
in
go
the
to the
heart
upper
turn
way for
over
our
to
parade, I guess.
So it would seem. I don't know if Krillzilla asks, is bolt gun profession something you can actually take for him too? I actually don't know. Maybe I'm more of a, it makes sense. Like, of course I can have if I already have a last pistol in my hand and a chainsword, then why can't I learn how to use a bolt pistol? It just seems like a thing. Anyway, carrying on.
An officer without a bolt pistol just sounds wrong, honestly.
It does. I don't see any celebration. What do we have to do?
I don't know, let's read the quest log maybe.
But I don't like reading. Okay.
Let's see.
Where is...
Oh, it's very unhelpful.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, there. Yeah, I have to talk to the. I have to talk to Argenta. Defective servitors.
Maybe it means we can just go to the other stations in the system and do some stuff there before we have the victory parade here.
Maybe. Maybe. Well, let's
I won't tolerate weakness.
let's see if we can return to the ship then. I think we have to go down to the command center and then leave again.
Ah.
That's the kind of music I want for my celebration. Alright, return to Void Ship.
Might I add that I find it a very questionable thing to place your command bunker next to the storage of giant fucking warheads.
Shut up. Yeah, well, it sort of plays into that whole notion where I sort of question why. Like, is there a, like, he says there's a governor there. And it's just like, this place is shit.
So, everything's done on Rikam and Norris now, apparently.
Right.
But the only yellow thing is the station where we have to go look for a navigator. So I guess we need to do that first? Question mark.
Question mark?
I'm simply not sure. That's unfinished business, I guess. So.
Let me at least try to talk to Argenta. Because because she says something about not putting it off to too long, and I'm like, okay, I better not.
Fucking morphs into a demon. Like, oh yeah, I should have talked to her.
Yeah. Well, like, she might just suddenly bugger off, you know?
She is to the northeast of us.
I can't see her. This is so hard to.
She's in the lower part.
Oh, she's down there. Wow, this is so hard to navigate. Stop pausing. It was paused. I'm dumb. There she is.
Rogue trader.
Sister Gender looks tired. There are dark circles around her hair, her eyes. Her hair is somewhat disheveled, and she moves like she's a little on edge. Yes, I don't. It's like not a personal quest. I'm just like, so Argenta, what is that keeping you in my retinue?
This ship was targeted by heretical pirates, which means that my presence here and the assistance I provide to you are my sacred duty. Sooner or later, I will likely have to return to Footfall to protect its reliquary. But for now, I wish to remain a part of the Rogue Trader's crew.
You might be of use to me, so I have no problem with your presence.
Sheesh.
No. It pleases me to have a servant of the Golden Throne in my crew. May the enemies of the Imperium tremble before our onslaught. Yes.
So they shall.
Number 2 was a bit too simpy, honestly.
So, you said you had a personal request for me.
I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader.
The accursed servants of chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their post until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valencia's territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the road trader could meet with the orphans.
Oh.
That's very cute. I like this, like, ISIS versus... Deliver this order on my behalf. The orphans are to be properly provided for, but a personal meeting with the road trader is too much.
Oh, let's go meet the kids, Hat. Good impression.
Very well, I will meet with them. No formalities needed. These are the children of people who gave their lives for the Von Valencia's dynasty. My considerations is the least that they deserve. I will pass on your instructions. Thank you for taking my request to heart. Well, that was easy. Does anybody else sense a trap? Clicks a button. Coming. Alright, here we go. It's like, oh yes, you are indeed children, and you're all orphans. Terrible for you. Well, carry on.
Want to read this?
Stout heart. No, okay. The motley group of adolescents take their eyes off you, gazing at you as if you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. That's you. Very important gentleman, Abelard.
No one?
Just full, eating your face full of food. Come on.
Our indefatigable sister.
Indefatigable
Sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. Abelard glances at the gathered children. It is hardly the Scola Progenium in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction.
He put them to work. That's what he did. Argenta stands to the side of the group. At your approach, she perks up and announces, her voice ringing. Brave ones, the master of this ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the rogue trader of House Von Valencius. Okay, let's see now. I can address the chaperones. Give them treats and escort them to their homes. I believe a minute of beholding Lord Captain is great enough honor for them.
Like, yes, hello, Chair.
Yes. Yes, I'm terrible. I'm sure.
Have some corpse starch, in a blanket. Off you go.
Yes. You're still breathing, aren't you? You're gonna have big extra gruel and maybe some nutrient paste somewhere. I'm sure we can. No. That would be a bit much. Grandly addressed the group. I, the rogue trader of Lord Captain of this ship, Archibald, for the one thing or the other. Your parents gave their lives for a just cause and brought honor to the Von Valencia's banners and those of the Imperium. I am proud of them, and I believe that you will become their worthy heirs. The teenagers hang on your every word with bated breath. Only a few of the far end of the room seem sullen and not particularly impressed by your speech.
The nerve on these kids.
What? One of the scowling visitors with a thin scar across his face tosses his head back and says bitterly, Do you want to be the kid?
I figured I'd do it just. Can't have you voice line everything. One of the scowling visitors with a thin scar across his face tosses his head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died in their dozens for you know a lot, and you just give us speeches?"
Argenta quickly turns to the boy. A flur of emotions flashes in her dark eyes, like she wants both to calm him and scold him for his impudence.
Oof.
I still like number 1. Their comportment leaves much to be desired. I hope that they will be molded to worthy service of household relations. This audience is over. Punish the troublemaker. Put the rest in the back of the bin. This audience is over. Address the group. Yes. If you have things to say, say them without fear. I will listen. Garmin?
The boy smiles grimly. Sorry, I was reading the options there for a moment. The boy smiles grimly. It doesn't matter what we say. It won't bring our parents back, and it won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on a ship until we drop and die like our old folks. Or worse.
Let's see. I'm slightly torn between the two first ones. But I like number 3.
Yeah.
This 3 is like, the strong have the power to decide the fate of others. The weak either obey or die. If you seek a different lot in life, boy, save your grumbling and look for an opportunity to rise above the rest. I mean, there is some truth to that, but a bit harsh and on the nose.
I guess number 1.
Yeah. I understand your grief. Your parents died. It's not an easy thing to go through. But they gave their lives for the truth. For the good of the whole ship. For the Imperium. Do not speak of their honorable fate with anger and disdain. You heard the rogue trader. His words carry the wisdom of the Imperium.
It's hard to say whether or not your words have left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly, then he catches himself and gives you an awkward bow. Abelard gives a sign, and servants immediately emerge carrying packaged treats with Von Valentians emblazoned on the wrappers. It appears that the seneschal came prepared for any contingencies.
Now there we have the extra nutrient paste. Very good.
Here's your corpse starts, kiddies.
We even frozen, so it's a corpsicle.
Yeah, your parents are in there.
Yeah, no, God damn it. Oh, man.
Just throwing them out.
Throwing
there,
them? Argenta rubs her temples pensively. She smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement, then leaves the bay.
She's like, alright, that's enough for today. Holy fuck.
Yeah, what a corpse fire that was. Oh! Centuries old void ship. All right. Let's see now. What else do we have? We have to find the secrets of the Namus Nobilite station. It's not responding to any signals. Blah 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 blah. So that's the thing we have to do. Urak 5. That's not... Huh? Oh. Navis Nobilite says, yeah, we have to find that navigator. That's, The unusual behavior of the servitor should be discussed with High Factotum Janice Danrock, who is responsible for all assets on board the void ship. Discuss. Maybe... Can we just do that real... Let's do that real quick, just so we can get that out of the way, because... Where
This
is...
is also part of the game, so...
Yeah, where is that happy fellow? He's up there. There we go. Oh, yes, this is a very, very noble and... Bring out your best Howard Renegal.
Yes. The corpulent man in lavish clothes bows before you. Not without difficulty, because he's a fat fuck or something like that.
Yeah, he's a fat
serpent
fuck.
skull whirs over his shoulder while the fingers of his augmented hand drum against the sheaf of papers he is holding. And he regards you with attentive interest through the lens of his magnifying implant. Greetings, your lordship. Generous Denrock at your service.
It's a corpulent man. Let me just start here for a sec. Remind me, what is it you do on my ship?
As the high factotum, my duties encompass anything that might enrich you, my lord, and your protector.
It's not very good.
I see to it that suppliers deliver all shipments in time, that our partners do not weasel out of any of their promises, that all our servants remember that the Emperor's grace can only be earned through toil for the good of Von Valencia's dynasty. I also make arrangements to ensure that our hold receives less than through inspections by port customs officers. And I find buyers for whatever you wish to sell.
And skim a bit off the top.
Never.
I would never do such a thing, my lord. No.
Bastards.
Victus. Victus informed me about a problem with the servitors. What happened?
Ah, yes. You see, your lordship, the ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. Oh, terrible, I say.
Yes, quite.
Violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Generous Denrock nervously pull on his luxurious frock coat as if it were uncomfortably tight.
He's so nervous.
It had been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of these servitors myself. But I deemed it necessary to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. Oh, no.
How long have you been hiding it so far?
I mean, I did call for you, my lord.
Very well. Continue.
If you wish to observe these servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fate, this can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments pending your decision.
All right. You also have to read this part. The
Oh, do that. Pascal Hanuman expressed the desire to be present during the inspection, should it be carried out. I suppose the expertise of the esteemed Magos may come in handy, I guess.
I like he says, I suppose, as if it's like, unnecessary, but I guess.
If he has to, I suppose.
Well, I wish to Meg Crozilla says, your improv of that guy fits so wonderfully well. Well done, Garmin.
Thank you, my lordship.
Yes, groveling. Yes, most.
Oh, yes. Have I said you look splendid today, my lordship?
Yes, thank you. That will do. I am indeed Archibald Winchester the Fourth and Second. Now, I wish to take a look at these servitors before deciding their fate.
As you wish, your lordship. Would you like the Engineer Prime to accompany you?
Well, it seems a bit obvious, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, Pascal should come with me.
As your lordship commands.
Sector data, blah, blah, unavailable. One flags lower decks. Material report of tech phenomena that was observed during the Lord Captain's visit to Bay AKN 108. From the words of the High Factotum Janus Danrog. Would you like to, oh wait, yeah. No. From the words... I'm reading this as though this is something he wrote.
Only the top part. The below is the options, obviously.
Right. When his lordship arrived at the scene, he found the servitors in the same position that they assumed after they had been corralled into the bay, all standing in a long, spiraling line and facing the center of their strange formation. The moment his lordship crossed the threshold of the bay gate, the bodies jerked into motion. All as one, as if obeying a command, the servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. The technomats, tasked with overseeing the defective units, even reached for their weapons. But then, the servitors went still just as abruptly, staring at his lordship with vacant eyes.
A true mystery, my lord.
Yes, this is rather, maybe it's perhaps overuse of the communal toaster. Could it be?
I'd say just get rid of them, my lordship. Just buy new ones.
Well, now, hang on a minute. Such things are expensive. I'm not made of money. Well, I sort of am, but that's beside the point. All present held their breath. Disturbed by the sight, we waited for the Lord Captain to speak. His lordship, Archibald Winchesterton Balderham the Fourth and Second, von Valencius. I love that title.
So I don't think moving towards them is like the smart thing to do right now.
No.
I guess we'd have our Engineer Prime study them.
Yes. Just as his Engineer Prime to study the servitors. The Engineer Prime slowly waded into the motionless ranks of the servitors, peering into their faces and checking their readings. There was no haste in Pascal's actions. With mesmerizing diligence, he inspected every single unit in his path, and binary prayers were his companions in this investigation. The examination confirmed the technomat's initial hypothesis. The servitors' souls, or rather, the souls of the people they once were, had awakened. Not yet fully conscious of their past and present, these half-machines could nonetheless feel primitive emotions and sensations such as fear and pain. This undesirable consequence of shoddily performed lobotomy is most rarely observed, and yet, for some unknown reason, it had occurred in every single one of the servitors gathered in the bay.
Poor bastards.
Yeah, that's rough.
I have once read a Mechanicus-related story on the son of a governor from a competitive world that was visiting a Mechanicus planet. And to teach the governor a lesson, they turned his son into a servitor, and they basically detailed the entire process.
Oh, wow. That's below the belt. That's just... to teach him a lesson.
I can't remember the story title or the what story it was, but A very brutal process, rest assured.
This is gonna, against, I guess, my better judgment, I feel compelled to, that I took several steps towards the servitors. Immediately, the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped towards the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked his movement with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place and, after a moment's thought, waved his hand, and the servitors, just as synchronously, repeated that gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned quizzically to the technomats, so did the servitors, as if mocking him. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it incline of the head, a wave of a hand, or a step to the side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitation, like grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppeteer. We observed this mime unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from them, the rogue trader approached with confidence. The Lord Captain examined the servitors.
Sounds like the most interesting option.
It does sound interesting. Yeah, as high factometer. This really should be you reading because it's high factometer. It's this. What's his name?
Ah, okay. Oh, hold on. I always need to do something with my throat to get that annoying tone of voice.
Just really just self-absorbed and sort of full of himself.
Fuck, I was just doing it so.
Sorry.
As I factotum, it was I who had prompted that entire inspection. And thus, it was my duty to follow the Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularity. The servitors' pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsating under the copper colors inscribed with their past offenses. It was as if those mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened within these servitors' bodies after a long slumber deep within their lobotomized brains, formerly bereft of intelligence. They had attained awareness, feelings, and understanding.
Oh my god.
After a pause, the technomat added that the servitors used to function properly and that no one had been able to explain the change in the behavior. His gaze, still trained on the motionless but animated half machines and half people, the Lord Captain,
stepped away from the servitors. All present held their breath and disturbed by the sight, and we waited for the Lord Captain to speak. His Lordship Archibald Winchester and Baldaham the Fourth and Second von Valencius.
So we already examined, and we haven't asked for a report yet.
We are going to do that. Demand a report of the defective unit's status from the technomats.
The technomat's long-winded and so utterly boring and detailed report could have been summarized in a single key point. Despite the servitors' abnormal behavior, they were still quite capable of carrying out tasks, and therefore the circumstances did not call for their termination.
Oh, that sounds like a money-saving scheme.
I mean, I honestly should have one looked at, though. Disassembled, you fucking guys, pretty much. But
Disassembled doesn't mean what you think. Like this, we're talking about taking this thing apart.
it's half machine, half human, guys. FYI. So.
Yeah.
I mean, they all have it. I guess I would do it too, honestly. I mean, they're all criminals, right? You don't turn into a servitor if you're a good Imperial citizen, so...
But they are displaying to me, or to the Lord Captain, that they are... I mean, unless... I mean, they're automatons, and I was just going to say they're at least displaying compliance. They're not evil.
True that. I don't know.
And I'm just
maybe-
wondering if by ordering to be one of them disassembled, we will somehow make them mad.
Yeah, and this is obviously not a component-related something. This is related to the human, so... to the brain.
Right.
So I think number 3 makes most
Yeah,
sense.
I'm gonna make a decision here.
His lordship, Sir Francis, he's such wonderful, looked at me with unwavering resolve. And it was that confidence that wrenched me out of the nightmare stupor that had me tensely observing the scene unfolding before me. The Lord Captain gave the order.
Dispose of the servitors of the human soul released from the top. No. No. Toil before us, so they're paid for their dues of their crime past lives, and did not deserve clemency. That's a good one.
This is honestly a tricky one.
It is a
There
bit
is
tricky,
something
actually.
wrong.
Because this can escalate very quickly. These are not, like, you think they sort of in a roleplay sense, there's, like, the obvious leave the servitors to their work because there's nothing alarming about it, but honestly, this is 40k.
Yeah, I find this very alarming, honestly.
Yeah.
And this happened after the whole fucking chaos-related rebellion on our ship. I'm honestly leaning towards number 1 or number 3, honestly. It seems too much of a risk.
I'm gonna go with 4, because I don't find this alarming.
All right.
I don't.
You're the Lord Captain.
Yep.
On the Lord Captain's orders, the servitors were returned to the same decks where they had worked before. The crew was initially unnerved by their presence, but adapted to the quirks soon enough. Especially since, following the incident in question, there was a noticeable reduction in the servitors' strange behavior. With the fate of the defective servitors decided, nothing could now distract the Lord Captain from his mission. No, it will be glorious.
Lord Captain coming to the side. Yes, as he clearly, I Winchester, Baldham the 4th second is going to be very glorious. Now, onwards.
Of course, my lordship.
Now, make me tea.
Of course.
Even though he's the trade guy, he's probably not the tea guy.
Rings his little bell for someone else to make it.
Yeah, he brings some. He just
I'll
delegate.
get right on it, my lord.
Yes, personally.
Oh, no. Get on some tea. It makes it faster. Get out, make tea.
All right, now let's go find that navigator. Where did we have to go to find that guy?
The map.
Urak 5. All right, let's see now. Urak.
You are northwest.
Oh, it's actually over a completely different planet.
Yeah.
Well. Lord Captain, sorry to disturb you. Rick did pause as if listening to something. It's pandemonium outside the bridge. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you in person. I think I hear Master Vessarian's voice. In any case, I wanted to warn you in advance. Yes? What do you want? I'm in the middle of looking at the stars and smoking a very important command cigar. Come on. 97, 98, 99. Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yes, my chair turns.
The everyday sounds of the bridge are disrupted by voices raised in anger. Abelard's voice the loudest of all. This is not the conduct of an officer. These are the antics of a highborn brat out on a lark. Explain yourself, Lieutenant.
A real
The
event.
young woman,
Yeah, okay, you go
young
for
woman
it.
standing before Abelard strives with all her might not to quail under the onslaught of her superior's anger. She falters, but then manages to look him in the eye and say, I apologize, sir, but I must speak to the Lord Captain. Very well, Lieutenant. You may address the Lord Captain, not least because I see you have already seen fit to disturb him. Your unauthorized appearance on the bridge and display of belligerence towards a higher ranking officer will be logged on your personal file without delay.
Oh, she's in deep shit.
Lord Captain, Lieutenant Avrila Vent, requesting permission to speak. Vent falls silent and then adds rashly, on a matter of extreme importance and urgency.
You may speak, but I want to hear a report, not a shouting match. Having two officers bickering in full view of the bridge is unacceptable.
I'm sorry, Lord Captain. I thought that drastic times called for drastic measure. Vent exclaims hotly. This matter cannot wait. Any minute now, an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks on orders to crush the workers' strike by any means necessary. But I'm convinced that the step is unwarranted and that the crisis itself was provoked by the actions of one of the senior officers. Vent is almost trembling with tension as she delivers a speech, her face extremely pale.
Interesting.
Abelard, in no hurry to intervene, lets out a skeptical
Preposterous.
Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Seneschal Wersarian and to intervene in what's happening on the lower decks, because very soon we will have immunity or a massacre on our hands. Vent reels off the last words, as though she knows them by heart. She has clearly been preparing to say them for some time. When she's finished, she casts an anxious glance at Abelard and then at you. Yeah, it's either 1 or 3, honestly.
That's a good one. So, where does Seneschal Versarian come into all this?
Well, Mama, doing the card.
It's alright. Make sure to take care of your voice.
I shall explain, Abelard intones grimly. I beg you to hurry. Time is running out. I will not hurry. Since my competence is under scrutiny, I shall speak for as long as I see fit. Man, what a asshole.
There's something slightly boss about it, though.
There is an established order to the way things are done on this ship, young lady. And one of the pillars of the system is that the rogue trader's attention is not distracted by trivial matters. It is the Seneschal's role to ensure that. I have always handled internal problems myself. So of course, when I received information about cultists hiding on the lower decks, I took the matter in hand. So long as I live, Not one of the vermin who murdered Theodora von Valentius will find refuge on her ship. You were far too heavy-handed, Seneschal. You were far too heavy-handed, Seneschal Rosarian. Arrests, interrogations, mass punishments for entire sectors. It has driven the people to the brink, Vance says bitterly. Now there is a strike on the lower decks in Depot 4, to be precise. 3 worker clans are involved, but many are passively supporting them. The situation could degenerate into an all-out insurrection. But when I reported my concerns, the only response I received was an order to dispatch an assault unit and crush the strike with maximum force. Number 1. And why would this not be worthy for under your attention, honestly?
It's a good point. There's an insurrection in the making aboard my ship, and nobody has informed me. That's you.
I would not deem it a problem worthy of the rogue's trader attention. The lower decks, as it so happens, are in revolt. 30-some years ago, we even had a revolutionary leader rise up who dared to establish workers' rules across the entire ship. It took a month to restore order, but even 8 years later, we were still battling rumors that the hero had survived his execution and was on the verge of gathering people to fight against tyranny once more. Needless to say, the rumors were baseless. As for the current situation, we have sufficient enforcers to deal with it.
Crozilla asks, Cargonians? Yeah, this is a Cargonian situation. They're declaring independency. Oh no.
But on the ship, the word of the Lord Captain carries more weight than a salvo from 100 bolters. I'm sure that if the rogue trader addresses the malcontents directly, he will quell the unrest. I dread to think what problem you will disturb the rogue trader with next. Perhaps you will ask the Lord Captain to break up brawls in the mess room. I have already given you the means to resolve this problem. You simply need to use them. If I may, your lordship, sending a hit squad to crush the rebellion is a means of ignoring the problem, not solving it.
I'm a man of curious questions and confusion, and most of the time I'm busy drinking tea. Now, how did all this start?
The situation can boil over at any minute, so I'll give you the condensed version. It all began when the enforcers found a cultist amulet, oh my god, on the body of someone who would be killed in drunken brawl. We reported it up the chain immediately, arranged for a cleansing rite to be performed, and opened an investigation. No heretics have been found alive, but the search has brought tension between enforcers and workers to a head.
Uh-huh. And what is Depot 4?
Depot 4 is one of the poorest sectors on the lower decks. It is home to clans of general laborers. They are not as valuable to the ship as the families who have served its specialized systems for generations. They are an easily replaceable resource, and one which is now more besides giving succor to cultists and minions of the arch enemy.
Yeah.
Depot 4 is a poor and troubled, but at worst it means drunken fights and illegal rot-gut brewing. We have handled the workers of Depot 4 in the past. We would have done so again if the crackdown on Depot 4 hadn't been so harsh. And another important point to bear in mind, the problem is not limited to this sector. It is located on one of the most populated lower decks, and everything that happens there has a knock-on effect on all the neighboring sectors.
Well, Abelard, what do you have to say to all this?
I see no need to add anything. I acted within the remit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interest of your protectorate and your personal safety. If you wish to conform the rectitude of my actions for yourself, I have no objections. For my part, I urge the Lord Captain to go down to the lower decks, stop the assault unit, and speak directly to the people. You will see that they are not lying or harboring heretic. That way, you will stop the uprising before it begins.
I think I'm gonna go with 4. It's sort of the middle way. I am certain the Seneschal was acting within his authority, but I will verify the soundness of his decision for myself.
Throne preserve you, Lord Captain. I thank you for your support. Abelard grits his teeth slyly. An enterprise bordering on a sophomoric, but please yourself, Lord Captain. However, I categorically insist that I escort you.
As is your right, Abelard. Come along. Let's go visit. Oh, good. The whole party needs to go.
Uh-oh.
Someone's gonna get shot! If there's anything to this, you shall all be assigned to janitorial duty, by which I mean you'll be all turned into robotic mops. Go to the site of the conflict. Okay. Hey, it's Viserion. Take that, scum!
Fuck you, old man.
You stink.
Abelard reflectively wipes the sweat from his brow in a startling human gesture, and a telling one. A rare moment where he allows his age and wariness to show through his armor, like veneer of self-assurance. The lower decks are a source of endless problems. Sometimes I dearly regret that we cannot replace all the locals with servitors. Yeah, Abelard has no love for these people whatsoever.
He does
in
not.
the lower decks.
No, he does not. Well, let's keep moving. We need to get to the bottom of this.
Victory awaits.
I still do not see our purpose in coming here.
No, of course you don't.
Relax, old man. Going for a stroll on the lower decks every once in a while.
The sounds of a heated discussion reverberate through the ship's bays. Lieutenant Avrilla Vent of the ship's enforcers is bearing the pad of a heavily built assault unit officer. Judging by their expressions and tone, the standoff has dragged on for some time already and has now reached a boiling point.
Uh-oh. Somebody's mad. These are Cargonians. They really are.
I have my orders to put an end to the unrest and purge this sector. Now stand aside. You can take your orders and shove them. This is my deck and my sector. There are only 3 people who can waltz in here without my express permission. The first officer, the rogue trader, and the Emperor himself. So, not all my lessons fall on deaf ears. Abelard mutters in a crabby approval. He does not clarify whether he means Lieutenant Vent, the officer looming over her, or both.
I think both.
Yeah. Your lordship. Noticing you, the 2 Union officers snap to attention and salute. Their subordinates following suit a moment later.
I'm gonna go with 2. We encountered some locals on our way here. Their conduct was outrageous. They even tried to throw things at us.
Vent pills slightly. The people are getting desperate, clearly. They saw the assault unit and decided they had nothing left to lose. I mean, I apologize, Lord Captain. It is outrageous, of course. I'm sure the
Yes.
people simply didn't recognize you.
What? Did you not see the hat?
It wouldn't have occurred otherwise. We will deal with them once the current situation is resolved. You have my word.
Let me make absolutely clear, Avril Event. Do you see the hat?
Yes, my Lord Captain. I see
Good.
your most fabulous hat.
Yes, this is a Lord Captain hat. You not throw things at somebody who wears this hat. Now, are you? Is that all you have to say? Are you sure you're worthy of an officer's rank? No, I won't push. No, that's. Yes. So, what's the situation?
Your Lordship, my people have locked down the bay where the strikers are, including the leaders. We have the situation under control as far as resources allow.
I want to speak to the strikers.
Abelard's mouth twists, but he restrains himself and says nothing.
You have something to add, Abelard? No, you don't. You see the hat? Do you see it? Yes. Good.
Right you are, Lord Captain. Allow me to wish you good luck. Hope gleams in Lieutenant Vent's eyes. Don't fuck this up, Matt.
Ugh. A dozen pair of eyes stare apprehensively at you. The people before you are typical inhabitants of the lower decks. You take in their simple clothing, crude weapons, and faces that display varying levels of mutation, from barely discernible to the strange, to the outright grotesque. Ugh. For Depot 5, they might as well be saying, for Cargonia. Rivet. A whisper passes through the crowd. You detect a mixture of fear, astonishment, and joy in their reaction. Finally, 3 people break away from the crowd. An elderly woman and 2 men. These must be their leaders. They bow clumsily before you.
Lord Captain, you have come down to us.
We were attacked on the way here. How do you explain that?
Here's an explanation for you. The people, they have pushed to their limit, and now they're lashing out. As if we don't know why these top-deck units are being sent down here. Like the one there that the lieutenant won't let past.
Our clans are all inside that bay that's been sealed off. But the lower decks are big. I'm sure there's some people who've just had about enough. We're getting it from all sides. The soldiers have encircled the ones who've risen up. A death squad's just arrived. I mean, it's no wonder folks are lashing out. The words seem sincere to you. Their body language and their glances traded between reveal that the news of the attack has shocked them. So, well, tell me what's troubling you. Why are you striking?
Striking? That's news to us, your lordship,
says a tall, thin man in worker's garb.
All we're doing is asking questions, saying what we think.
Shut up, Rivet, snaps the old woman, who turns to her hostile eyes on you.
Here's the deal, your lordship. Your damned enforcers are all over us down here. They say they're looking for cultists. One word, and they're reaching for the batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heat in the whole base for weeks at a time. So we get sick and freeze. In my clan, 2 little ones died from inflammations in their lungs. All because of those enforcers.
The old woman spits on the floor and rubs at the spittle with her toe, and rubs at the spittle with the toe of her worn-out shoe.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. Argenta does not interrupt the workers, but you see the sadness well in her eyes when the children's deaths are mentioned. She quietly whispers a requiem prayer and makes a sign over herself. Oh, so much nutrient paste loss. No. It's all true. Vent is the only enforcer officers who stood up for us. It's clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks and who grew up in amidships and who had no fellow feeling towards us. The grim man with a scarred face throws up his arm. Your lordship, we have no villains here. We have honest workers, your servants. We've plotted no disorder. We went on strike openly, and now we've got guns pointed at us. All we're doing is asking to be allowed to work in peace without being harassed. Mm-hmm. So, I see. Very well. So the persecution started apropos of nothing, you say? Well, you see, that's rather odd. I was told that one of you was found in a possession of a cultist amulet, and that they're heretics hiding here.
Sorry. Mechazilla, I love those stories, by the way. They're good.
What story?
About a series. Well, actually, we talked about this an episode or two back about me mentioning an orc that serves in a retinue of a rogue trader. That's this, actually. Cronan the Cunning.
Cronan the Cunning. Alright. Stager continues. A cultist amulet? What's that? The gewgaw they found in the dead drunkard? If it was something evil or forbidden, we sure didn't know. The enforcers just said they were looking for heretics amongst us, and anyone obstructing their investigation would be punished. But how could there be heretics here? We know our own people. There have been no new faces around. Rivet. Do you want to do Rivet?
Definitely not. And if there were, we'd be the first to report them.
Old woman says,
And as for the amulet, or whatever it is, they took it off a dead body. There are no cultists still breathing in our sector.
Still breathing? Mm-hmm. So there were some.
That's for sure. When the fight broke out, some enterprising folks looted the bodies. The boots they came back with. Nobody's ever tread these decks in boots so fine, I tell you that. Seems to me these cultists have been better commanders than us.
Oh yeah, those boots really were fine. And there was no harm in taking them, right? As for the amulet, it must have been pocketed by someone who didn't know any better. We don't need any amulets around here. We all worship the Emperor. And when we're working, we bow down before the machine spirits of the large and small transformers and the servo motor. The same way my grandfather was taught 100 years ago by a tech priest we came calling. Believe us, your lordship, we are people of faith.
Mm-hmm.
I confirm the information regarding the proper tending of the machine spirits in this sector. Servitors indicate that these commoners are performing the sacraments they are permitted to now.
Naive child, weren't you taught from an early age about the dangers of the arch-enemy's creation? Weren't you warned that any unfamiliar object could be one of them? We were told, Holy Sister, but it was long ago. The last time we saw a confessor in our sector, it was just after I had my third little one. That is regrettable, but you cannot lay down the burden of leading a righteous life on the shoulders of the Holy Fathers. Who will you blame when the beast crawls out of those amulets you stole from the heretics? The Holy Father who was not there, or the scavenger who brought evil down on himself and his neighbors? Well, Abelard, do you have anything to add?
I authorize the use of all necessary measures to locate Chaos worshippers hiding in the sector. The specific steps taken by the officers were not reported to me. Abelard frowns, clearly disgruntled with having to explain himself in a worker's presence. Nevertheless, I am certain that their actions were justified. Cultists are no drunken stevedores. They are the enemy and a threat to the ship. Neutralizing them demands decisive action.
Yes, I quite concur there. Abelard is quite onto something, not to mention that, this whole thing means I'm now late for my tea. To realize, yes, you workers better have hacked explanation. Now, you said you wanted changes. What changes do you want? Would you look at this? The exalted Lord Captain himself is asking us bilge-rash what we want. Well, here's what. We want you to rein in your damned enforcer.
That voice is killing me.
Yeah, my vocal cords are reaching the end of their limit.
Yeah, no, we can't. To quit turning off the heat and to stop battering everything that moves. Not only... No, that's not it. We want the enforcers gone from here, and we want to be armed. Give us arms, and we will govern ourselves. We will defend ourselves if these cultists do show their faces. I've been leader of my clan for 20 years now. Getting rid of these club-wielding thugs can only improve things around here. You've gone too far, old Nan. They'll never let the maggots on the lower decks live without the enforcers breathing down their neck. They probably even insist on enforcers on the upper decks, too. As weapons, what do we need them for? Before the first day's out, we'll have someone shooting their neighbor out of stupidity or drunkenness. No, we don't need that. If the enforcers stop hassling us, that'll be enough. In return, we'll find the scavengers who robbed the cultist bodies, and we'll talk to them. One lower decker to another. If there are any more of those damned ambulance about, we'll hand them over to the enforcers ourselves.
Good thing he stepped in, cause I didn't like the tone of that old woman just now.
No, I'm really just itching to punch her.
You speak for yourself and your clan, and I'll speak for me and mine. I don't want empty gestures, I want real change. They'll promise us the world now, but as soon as the Anointed One turns his back, these brutes will be on us even harder than before. All because we dare to speak out.
The tall worker's eye darts between the two arguing leaders. Every few seconds he opens his mouth as if planning to agree. But each time he falls silent, simply making a few vague noises of approval.
There's number 4. Well, yes. You have all failed to convince me of your trustworthiness. This restaurant's now, and everyone be involved will be eliminated, including you. Bang. No, we're definitely not going with 3. We're not handing weapons to these people. Are you absurd? And I'm not going to ask Abelard. No, this is decisive. This is definitely 2. Coercion 40. Well, spreading anarchy on this ship is the very first step toward embracing chaos. And I can't have that. It's very chaotic. I don't like it. Putting weapons in untrained hands would be even worse. What's more, the enforcers are needed to maintain oversight and order. Withdraw those demands and we'll consider the rest. Coercion test succeeded. Oh, this is you.
The tall worker they call Rivet shrugs and casts a sidelong look at the old man. Old man, listen. The Lord Captain himself has come down to us and is offering concessions. And I don't know a single person in the whole of Depot 4 who's ever stood next to the rogue trader, let alone talk to them. Back down. Now is no time for you to be stubborn, old crone.
Yeah, you tell her.
Listen to us, Nan. The 3 clans of Depot 4 ought to act as one. We've made up our minds, it's yours turn to decide. Don't ask to disband the enforcers or give us weapons. We don't need any of that.
The old woman hisses in dissatisfaction.
You two are ganging up on me, is that it? So brave are you against an old woman. I'll shut up. I will indeed. I won't go against 2 clan leaders on my own. If you want to make peace with the enforcers, make your peace.
That's great. Just fantastic. Lord Captain, we're all agreed.
Now, you failed to convince me of your trustworthiness. Let's unrest now. Here must involve me limited.
Keep having that option.
I love that.
Like the entire dialogue, every time we have like a bunch of options, like, oh, okay, whatever, kill them all.
Let's see what Abel. No.
Then it's decided. The persecution will stop, and I expect you to assist in locating any remaining amulets or weapons left by the cultists.
Your lordship, thank you. You have not abandoned us lower deckers. You came yourself and settled everything. I'll tell my grandchildren about this.
Oh my god. Cough, revolution,
I
cough.
road trader myself, kids.
Yes.
On that fateful night.
He's probably gonna be written in some holy lower deckers sort of legend now because he spoke to a rogue trader for 10 minutes or something. Yeah. Rosella's like cough, revolution, cough. Yeah.
Of course, your lordship. We will root out any nasty business faster than the enforcers, and we'll leave no stone unturned. Right, that settles that. Tea and biscuits, anyone?
Let's go back upstairs.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Could walk in there.
Isn't it here? Or where's the exit? I can't find the exit. Where is it?
You're going towards it now, I believe.
Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, the smelly poo pile. They threw like a...
It stopped on it. Abelard looks at you, and his last vestiges of restraint vanish. Well, are you pleased with your investigation, Lord Captain?
I like it in quotation, with your investigation, Lord Captain.
You kowtowed to the
Kowtowed.
disloyal rabble. You believed their lies and showed them leniency. Next time the ship is attacked by cultists, that rabble will welcome them in with open arms and allow them to wreak whatever havoc they like, because they see you as a weak leader.
Okay.
Is that how you see your future at the helm of the Von Valentius Protectorate?
A weak leader, fine. Let's do this, Abelard.
Well, in that case, let's talk about your role in all this instead. You allowed this revolt to happen. Your action practically guaranteed it would.
I would have handled the situation myself had you not decided to intervene, Abelard says, irascibly.
Yeah, I don't know that word either.
Remember, Lord Captain Theodora. Do you think she ever set one slippered foot on the lower decks? No, she did not. Such matters were left to myself and the junior officers while she dedicated herself to her grand designs for the Protectorate, as any true strategist and rogue trader ought. Ooh, number one.
Yeah. I would be only too willing to trust him and not feel the head was not bad, but give me. I also like number. There is a little, because of how he went about this. There's a little bit of part of me that really wants to do number 3. It's like, give me a reason why I should continue to listen to your advice and trusting your judgment. Right now, I don't see any. But yeah, number 1.
Well, maybe if Theodora had spent more time on trifling matters, you wouldn't have had wound up dead.
There is a new Lord Captain aboard this ship now, and I will not repeat her mistakes.
Abelard looks at you, stunned, and exhales loudly. Then he nods curtly. I commend your decisiveness, but I am uncomfortable with introducing new protocols in the midst of a crisis.
Yes, well, you're gonna have to get used to that. Also, stop using the communal toaster. It's making you smell.
Abelard stands straight at attention. I lost my temper, Lord Captain, and I believe I ought to explain myself. Abelard speaks slowly, the words not coming easily to him. The prosperity of none of the Von Valentius Protectorate is not just an empty phrase to me. I left the Imperial Navy for the chance to see it flourish. It was the most momentous decision of my life. I did it because I saw in Lord Captain Theodorus deeds the sign of a true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds. They create order out of anarchy. That creative impulse was entirely lacking during my time in the military. So I left behind everything. I had known everything my family had known. I come from a long line of officers, and I embarked upon this incredibly reckless venture Lord Captain Theodore entrusted to me with all the concerns she had no time for. She would go off on her flagship for long periods to distant frontiers, on scouting voyages, and the advancement of the entire protectorate rested on my shoulders. And then suddenly everything that had been built over years and years began to quake, rattling like a flimsy hanger on a seismically active world. One of the senior officers betrayed us all. The rogue trader was killed, and who knows what is happening on the planets. I tell you this honestly, without fears of appearing weak. All this has come as grievous blow to me. I am not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. I am duty bound to aid the new rogue trader, to aid you, to find your footing as quickly as possible, and to do that I must insulate you from problems that in the past have been dealt with by tried and tested procedures set out in the ship's regulations. Procedures that were established long ago and have functioned smoothly for decades cannot suddenly be deemed excess to requirements.
Let's see what our options are. Also, hi, Night Ajax. Night Ajax has joined us in chat.
Oh, hello, Nick.
Let's see now. Trusted in an established procedure and she died. I made the same mistakes. You want to keep building the future from relations protect. Stop living in the past. I understand, but you need to learn how to respect me as your Lord Captain and Rogue Trader. Accept it and start living in the new world. If World War Theater is gone, where you and I have a decision to make. The prosperity of Von Valentius Protector is just as important to me. You are the only person who can... Da-da-da. I think the future I will follow... No. Create a trust decision and impression. Since the established procedure are working, I've seen reasons to change them. I've seen plenty of sentiment and hand-wringing in recent days, but very little competence. I have no plan to rely on your judgment or your tried and tested procedures in the future. Oh, God. Let's see.
I guess it's either number 1 or 2, honestly.
1 is definitely one of the options. It's 1 or 2. 1 or 2. I just... Because on one hand, I don't want to tell him he needs to learn to respect me, because that's almost a given.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. It seems like a difference or a distinction without a difference, but there is one. If you want to blah blah. No. Let's go with 2. I understand, but you need to learn to respect me as your Lord Captain and Rogue Trader. Accept it and start living in the new world. A world where Theodora is gone, where you and I have new decisions to make.
Abelard solemnly inclines his head. Yes, Lord Captain. After a moment's silence, he adds, looking at you with interest. Your resolve is admirable and demonstrates strong leadership. I shall remember this moment should my old habits ever begin to creep back in.
Good man. Now let's have tea.
And now, please let us leave the lower decks. If the rogue trader desires to stretch his legs, there are far more suitable places.
Yes, indeed. Now, and put on some clean clothing, for heaven's sake, you stink.
Of course, my Lord Captain.
Good.
It's about
Carry
time.
on. Ding, ding, ding. What do you mean, ding, ding, ding? Stop. Don't you...
Exit.
Alright, yeah. Alright, let's go there. See what happens. Oh, and we leveled up. It's very important.
So we did.
Oh, excuse me. Like Ajax says, also, Hat, more cleansing of the heretics, less talking. I say so. It's part of this conversation. Call all male Adeptus Custodies to cleanse everything with fire. What do you mean, all male Adeptus Custodies? There's only male Adeptus Custodies. That's...
Chicks in the custodians?
I don't know what that means.
But I know what.
They're all male.
Not like made up.
Yeah, it's not a real
bullshit
thing.
Nonsense.
Yeah, made up. Now, let's level up. Can you level up your characters as well?
No, not yet. Only when we're out.
Ah.
There was an unexpected amount of ship-solving things to do.
Mm-hmm. In that case, let's continue to Urak 5. At least let's get there.
Like, my Lord Captain, I have your tea, sir.
Ah, splendid.
I've been waiting for you for a while. What had happened?
Yes, well, we we had to talk to someone. Now, carrying on. Lord Captain reporting. The heralds of the Navis Nobilite continue to maintain Vox silence. Perhaps due to the Urak 5 being off-limit to visitors. We intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. Oh, shit, fuck. Well, I skipped something. I can... I am sorry, Lord Captain. The station does not reply even after an official greeting by a rogue traitor and the declaration of your intent to negotiate in person. Mm-hmm. Turn back? No one dares to give me orders. No, Lord Captain. Of course not. Order the auger crew to scan the station. Yes, Lord Captain. The Vox remains silent for a while, but then you hear static and Victus' measured voice. Oh, measured. The officers from the auger crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We were able to ascertain the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. The signs of biological activities are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So the question remains, why are the esteemed navigators' heralds ignoring us? Well, I'm bored. Order the crew to commence docking with the station. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so you will have to look for the esteemed navigators blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light your path. Splendid. Very splendid. Scan it before nuking it. Good call, says Nike Ajax. Yeah, no, there's no nuking option available, unfortunately. But here we are. Plus,
there's no nuking happening, period, if we don't have a navigator.
Yeah, we need a navigator. That's what we're here for. Uh-oh.
Pathetic worm. You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
Wretches, you will be consigned to oblivion for your transgression against House Orsilio. Okay. Mortal Emperor.
Deliver your...
Prayers will not help you, servant of the damned. In the name of the House Orsilio, I command you to execute the infidels. Wow. Strange guests, he says. Phallic or Celio? Oh, you want to do this guy?
Sure. A tall man stops you with a gesture when you approach. Blood is trickling down the pearly scale to his weary face, and not just his own blood. Two jet black, unblinking eyes are watching your every move. And the third one, the mark of a navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lowered lid in the middle of his forehead. Step back, or I will unleash all the horrors of the sea of souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness.
Avalon, if you would be so kind. Keep talking to me that way, I'll make you swallow your own tongue. Abelard, yes, I'm gonna go with one. Abelard, if you'd be so kind.
The seneschal takes a deep breath. Before you stands his lordship, the rogue trader Archibald Winchesteron Balderham IV and second von Valentius, heir to the greatest protectorate in the Corona's expanse and bearer of the sacred warrant of trade. Allow me to point out that no polite custom requires the Lord Navigator to introduce himself first, but given the unusual circumstances on the station, his lordship the rogue trader is willing to turn a blind eye to your hostility, but just this once. Continue. Don't like this man's attitude, but to be expected of a navigator.
Okay. In that case, I shall turn a blind eye to your unceremonious invasion, but just this once. There's a dangerous glint in the man's dark shrouded eyes. Very well, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Phallic Christoph August, keeper of this place. So, you did not arrive to offer support to the traitors?
This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Uruk 5 is a holy sanctum for House Orselio, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say you are not on the guest list.
The navigator looks at his guard and winces. The soldiers are quivering as if their tormented flesh were being flayed, yet they keep clutching their weapons. I like number 2. Well, I came here in search of a navigator, so you're coming with me. Why would a keeper of the station command vile mutants condemned by the Emperor? The blame lies with Theobald Orselio, the second keeper of Uruk 5. The old man was a great navigator, but he had no control of his powers. I begged him to retire, but he was too obsessed with our mistress, Lady Cassia. His madness and his stubbornness spelled doom for the entire station, for he opened his third eye in a fit of rage and unleashed the horrors of the warp on those who displeased him. The Theobald I knew would never have used his powers in such a reckless manner. This will be difficult to explain to the uninitiated, but I am going to try. Jesus, I need a drink. The warp currents in the systems have been tumultuous for the dozens of cycles. Have worn the veil between our world and the immaterium thin and frail. At least here on the station. The ruinous powers are trying to tear it down completely and corrupt all living things. The servants were the first to fall victim to it. Oh, their bodies morphed, and pain and despair drove the poor souls mad. The lunatics took my mistress prisoner and almost destroyed the station. But I rallied the few who still followed the light of the golden throne to see things right.
The Lord Navigator here is speaking the unvarnished truth. I bet the station's voices and whispers are trying to break through from the other side, waiting for you to reach out and swing the door wide open.
Wow. Heinrichs, what did he sound like again? The suffocating grip of the Immaterium can be felt across the entire system. It is not surprising the veil grew thin here of all places. Navis Nobilite can command the warp currents, but the use of their abilities wear down the barrier between the two worlds. I sincerely hope the influence of the Immaterium has not yet affected your body or your soul. With all due respect, I advise you not to remain here at the station. Return to your void ship. I need to save Lady Cassia. If you are not willing to help or indeed risk your life, you must leave now. Take him by force. I do not care about your mistress. I am looking for a navigator. You do. Well, we all know where this is going. What kind of help are you talking about? I would never ask you for such a favor under different circumstances. And yet, Phalek takes his hand away from his ribcage, notices blood and winces in pain. And yet, Cassia's well-being is above all. I haven't got many people left, and my wounds are too deep for me to act with precision and swiftness. But you may actually succeed. In order to ascend to the Mistress Chamber, you will need to remake a holy relic sanctified with the blood of Lady Orselio herself. This is the control rod of the elevator machine spirit. Elevator machine spirit. Does it have machine spirit elevator music? Never mind. I have one part, and the other was lost during the mutiny. But even this relic will be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. And how do I make the control rod?
I have a phylactery containing the mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to the laboratory, which is located behind one of the reliquary doors. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help rebuild the rod. The tech priests ceaseless perform the rites of appeasement so that the machine spirit would serve the house in its time of need. The fateful hour is now upon us.
Pascal excitedly reaches for a data slate, requesting access to the object's data crypt. The Navis nobility uses independent modifications of standard sanguinary technologies due to the uniqueness of the genetic code inherent in the lineage of each house.
Felix looks exhausted, but arrogant resolve boasts his voice.
And these technologies were made secret for a reason. I must respectfully decline your request, esteemed servant of the Omnissiah. You have your sacraments, and we have ours. Well, if you're going to be sort of keep yourselfsies to your own, why should I help you? You came here to the station for a reason. House Orselio will not be able to help you until the current crisis is resolved. But you've aided us now. I promise we will reach an agreement that you will find satisfying, be it riches, influence, or the powers of our navigators. Okay, so how am I supposed to power this blasted elevator? Yes? The station's main cogitator is situated in the guard room. In the guard room, Jesus. Just enter the correct command sequence and the sacred mechanism will do the rest. Uh-huh. Just, you say? Well, in that case, if it's so simple, why don't you do it yourself? I never said the feat would be easy to accomplish. The path to the laboratory and the guard room is blocked by the very same madmen who took over the station. They will not negotiate and not afraid of displeasing the Navis nobility or incurring the Emperor's wrath. They bow only to brute strength, so something which I currently happen to lack. I guess that makes sense. So what have you decided, descendant of the Von Valencia's line?
Nagajek says, see, I told you. Now you have a navigator. Next step is nuclear fire. Almost like I'm a psyker. You are a psyker. Of power, the most powerful one. Even the Emperor can't compare. The woes of your house upset the balance of power in this part of the galaxy. I will help you, if not for the sake of profit, but the sake of the good of the Imperium. It will be an honor to save the Lady Navigator from her woes. Oh yeah, no, he just want Navigator happiness. Ah, hi Rambler. How do you do, fellow rogue traders? Ah yes, we are trading roguishly. We are currently trying to roguishly trade our way into a Navigator. The rogue's trader's aid will cost House Orselio, but you should rejoice, for your mistress will live. Oh, I like that response. Rescue me, but in return, I require that I sign a contract with my protectorate. Take him by foot. I do not care about your mistress. I'm looking for a navigator. You will do. Boom.
I wonder if that option will even work, honestly.
I don't know. It would be quite funny, though.
Something tells me he won't come with us willingly, so I guess number 5.
Yeah. I will rescue your mistress, but in return, I require that House Orselio sign a contract with my protectorate.
Felix's reply sounds curt and tired.
So be it. Hurry. The mistress' safety is all that matters, but should you fail, our arrangement is finished.
Okay. Straight to the point. But I'm just, yeah. Let's go do something. Let's see if we can't at least have a fight with something or somebody. What do we have here? Oh, there's loot in here. For goodness sake, we can't continue on until we've looted everything.
My God. We should also level up, which I'll do.
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
let's do that. Let's level up. That's a good call. I'm going to take Endure again. And let's see. Brutal Hunter, Death One, Lifetime of Scars. Death World characters sub. Wait, what? I didn't. Why did it select that?
What happened?
It just leveled. I didn't finish choosing it. He just leveled up. What?
Weird.
Did you just select yours?
Yeah, I did for Pascal.
Apparently, that translated to the game leveling up my character. That was weird. That seems to be it. Wait, can I? Oh, wait. Here we go. It could. Ah, damn it. Stop it. Stupid game. Trusty weapons. That's a good one. I'm gonna go with that one. I'm gonna level up Argenta.
Now I had it too.
Yeah, see? It's really annoying. Ooh, dash. That's good. Definitely that one. Awareness. Awareness. Demolition. Haha. Yeah, why exactly couldn't I get bolt gun of proficiency? Was that a... Or did I miss it? I'll have to look closer next time.
That's a good question, which I unfortunately do not know.
Are you leveling up, Abelard?
Yep.
Cool. All right. Now, where was that loot? I wanted it. I still want it. Where is it? Ding, ding, ding.
There somewhere.
Ah, there it is, on the ground with the corpse. Yoink. Loot. Stop ding. Cease the ding.
Trying to make a melody, but I can't get it done.
Ding, 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 ding.
Follow my lead!
The Void Station is a sacred place of the Old Messiah, who shields the rulers of this fortress against death and darkness. Why then are the Vox channels dead? And why is the air not filled with the holy binary rhythms?
Aha, Pascal asking the right questions. Huh?
Yeah, Pascal's on point.
Response to our ship's hails was already suspicious. I am no less uneasy after the Magos' words. Hands at your weapons.
Abelard also on point here.
Where'd you go? Did you go through the door?
I did not go through the door. I was actually
didn't see. Oh,
on. The elevator's power is out. Okay. We can't cross over that little thing there, that or the mess that's. I like that we can't just crawl under this. Like, look, there's loads of space here. Just a little bit of. I know Rogue Trader doesn't bend forward. That seems inappropriate, but you could just, you know.
Yeah. We can jump over here. Now. Ready?
Oh, jump! Ah, very good. So okay, all right. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. I'm gonna, to mitigate my worry, I'm gonna quickly go over here and loot something. Because I saw loot.
None shall stand in my way.
Enemies up ahead.
What? But I was looting.
Protect the child.
Okay.
Take a knee and
Right
bow
then.
before me.
Glorious ass kickery. I shall be up front. Out of my way, out of my way. Agenta could be back here and be awesome. And Heinrichs will also up front charge. Yes, wall of ass kickery coming your way. You think you're so unholy and heretical? Ha ha ha! You have no idea the amount of ass kickery. Ha ha. I'm ready.
Weapon at the ready. Stay vigilant.
Even Argenta moved. Right then. Where is controlled shot? Here it is. Just so everybody's aware of what's about to happen. Right.
As the Emperor commands,
God, you're gonna shoot into us
the
again, aren't you?
Emperor's judgment.
Hey, it worked. Oh, it's fine. She can stay there.
You know, Abelard's hair on top of the middle of his head is like scorched, you know?
It's just been parted down the middle and it's like mildly smoking. It's like, Argenta, after this, we're going to have a conversation. All right, let's see. What can we do here? Reckless strike. No, we are going to, first of all... Yes. Wait, what a...
Let's see to it.
Word of the Emperor.
Word, brother.
For the throne's glory.
And then we're going to have some sworn eneminess here.
But of course, Lord Captain.
And then we're going to have a strike. Sorry. Carry on.
Follow my lead.
He shot his friend. You stabbed the servant of the Emperor, an Inquisitor. How dare you? Kick their ass, Abelards. I order you to do so. That was amazing. Abelard just going to town. Oh yeah.
My faith strengthens me.
Moving out.
Zero damage.
High momentum.
Idira is up, ladies and gentlemen. The Imperium-sanctioned Psyker, who's also very mad and crazy, is going to kick some magical ass. This is her ass-kicking stick. And, oh my god. She singed Abelard a little bit, but you know, that was pretty good.
Oh yeah, I can't really do any more Psyker stuff because the veil's already degraded.
Yeah. Oh no, it was a good use. Lots of bang for the buck here, as they say. Expose weakness. They have low self-esteem. Pascal. Analyzing enemy. Machine Spirit Banishment. Alright.
Get in your head.
You there? You are my sworn enemy. So here I come.
Nothing of value has been lost.
My god.
I just severed him from his torso from his lower legs or from his
exposed weakness did its job.
I cut him apart so hard there's part of him still floating in the air. That's kind of amazing.
Oh, there is.
Oh, I'm just gonna do this.
Fear incarnate.
Fuck is that?
And where was the next one? Yes. Or could I just...
Suits my purposes. Absolutely not. Never.
I'm just gonna go over here and have a little face-to-face conversation with you. You see this? You see this? Yes, that's what I thought. Oh yes, catch! I fragged him a question. Where's the next one? Eh?
Forge ahead!
There's 2 left, but I do not know where.
I see them.
Done.
Rejoice in battle.
For the Emperor!
It's a prayer.
Oh yeah. I love Argentus. He's awesome.
Doubt
Furious
is for the weak.
recital.
High momentum.
Heinrichs is going to... Oh, where is the last fellow? Oh, he's over there. Abelard. You are up. Can you not do the daring breach and then get all your stuff back and then walk up and kick his ass?
Oh, didn't think about that. The ones my other characters have aren't as nearly as good, so. I got a dismantling attack. And I need to be like within 1 tile range with it.
Oh, okay. Idira. I thought I was gonna say something clever with that name, but it didn't work out. Oh well. Is a sniper... Oh, is this gonna be a sniper shot? Oh. Oh, yes. Beautiful. That was amazing. Loot. Loot everything. In fact, come to think of it, I think this is a good time for us just to loot everything and call it a day.
Indeed. My vocal cords will be thankful.
Now mine's pretty fried too, honestly, but there's been a lot of good lines. I will give it that. Like, there's a lot of good stuff in here. Especially, I was so tempted, like in that revolt. It's like every time it's like, yeah, no, you're unimpressed. Kill everyone.
I won't tolerate weakness.
God damn right I
Death
won't.
is for the weak.
Oh, there's a servant over here. What are you doing?
I tire of idleness. Let's move.
Mumbles incoherently. Okay. Data crib. Oh, hey. I found bookshelf loot.
Me too.
Do we have everything?
There's still more
Victory
to loot.
awaits.
Oh, there's a guard defender here.
I woke up with a feeling of wonder, as if a field of flowers was blossoming nearby. A child was saved from death. 1,000 heretics were burning alive, begging.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Oh, ding, ding,
I'll
ding,
lay
ding,
claim to
ding,
the
ding, ding.
stars.
I'm coming over here.
They killed themselves by slicing their guts open. That's not a very cool thing to do.
I mean, commit Sudoku or what? No.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Ah, good. Ripper auto pistol. I think that is a little fancy smancy gunnerino for the Lord Captain. No, it has more armor penetration, but you know, that's cool. I want more armor penetration.
There was a servant hiding behind the desk here.
Mumbles incoherent. Well, they all do that. They just all very not responsive or uncooperative, as it were.
Being a servant in the navigator's household is not a very fun thing.
Innocent people.
The navigators, for large part, are like extremely fucking degenerate. There's more stuff to loot apparently, but I cannot find it.
Just look at the map. You can see sort of like the different areas that can be looted. Is there goods here as well? Navigator flesh sample. You need those. You need navigator flesh samples. I mean, what would you do without them? You would be without a flesh sample. That would be terrible. Oh. Clear. Okay, I've cleared it. Did I go down a different level? That's what I did? No, I didn't. Noble silk gloves. Oh. Ah, yes. 5 gain persuasion. They're so silky and fantastic you gain persuasion. Very nice. My god, Garmin. There are still 2 things over here to loot. And you haven't picked them up yet?
Oh my god, I'm terribly sorry. I do not see it.
It must be in the bookshelf. Yeah, there it is. Catechisms of Saint Drusus. I mean, you want that. That's gonna be worth a lot. I missed the box. We're just going back and forth. Ah, loot over here, loot over here.
Find the other piece.
Grave flood.
It was a meteorite chunk.
Oh, good. That's gonna be worth something. Right? Anything else that we have forgotten? No.
I think that was it. And wasn't there a door at the end of this hallway here? No, it's just a weird fucking...
Yeah, nope.
Wall.
I think what we have to do, at least my intuition says, we have to go back and talk to what's his name, and maybe sort of see if now we've done the right thing. Oh, there was. Oh, there is a door, so there is.
In the middle here. Let's save here, I guess.
That is exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm going to have a new save here, and we're going to call it Navigator Loot Box. Loot Boxes. Navigator Loot Box. Cool. All right. I think we're going to call it here because we've been at this for a couple hours now, and as Garmin already pointed out, our vocal cords are beginning to get a little fried. But you know, we started out with waiting for our celebration. I'm looking forward to see if we actually get the celebration for the triumph, and then we visited some children and says, yes, your parents are very dead and it's very horrible, but keep your chins up, carry on. Here's some food. Your parents might be in there. Don't look too closely. And then we dealt with a little revolt, a lower decks and depot 4 revolt. We that old lady, I wanted to shoot her so badly. My God, by the Emperor, what a horrible old hag. And now we're here. on Uruk 5, where apparently the house Orcelio or something like that has difficulty with powering their elevator, and that's what we're now trying to solve. So we are going to, now that we've had our first taste of combat here on Uruk 5, we know what's in store for us going forward. Lots more chaos and whatnot. So, but that's going to be for next time. So for now, anything last you want to add, Garmin, before I play us out?
No, that was it. So I don't have anything else to add.
All right, you had fun?
I had fun, of course, brother.
Excellent. I too had fun. There's a lot of fun and good stories in this. I really enjoy it. So, but that's going to be it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being with us this evening. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves as well. And as with always, you will be played out by our very own Canium band, the Roaring Buttholes. And be excellent to one another. And have a great weekend. See ya, guys.
Like thunder from the sky, swore to fight and die. We are warriors, warriors of the world. Brothers everywhere, raise your hands into the air. We are Caniums, warriors of the world.